Welcome to the Anime Index, where we explore anime character concepts and worlds. Today, we're turning our spotlight to Toonami, the programming block that defined an after-school and late-night anime generation.
The world's strongest. Elite soldiers and their legendary mobile suits called Gundam. Invincible samurai Kenshin Himura walks the path of death and destruction.
Everyone remembers the classic OGs, but there are dozens of other anime that might have slipped through the memory cracks. From mech adventures to mysterious virtual worlds, today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Forgotten Toonami-Era Anime.
Number 10.
At number 10, we've got Blue Submarine No. 6, a hybrid 2D and 3D anime that initially ran as a 4-part series on Toonami. Created by Satoru Ozawa and originally premiering in 1998, this anime is set in a post-apocalyptic future where humans and aquatic mutants battle for survival in a flooded Earth. Visually, it was groundbreaking at the time, blending traditional hand-drawn animation with CGI in a way that few series dared to attempt. Despite its striking aesthetic and mature storytelling, it never reached the same audience as some of the more popular running anime at the time, making it one of Toonami's most engaging yet overlooked series.
Number 9.
Ninth on our list is Rave Master, Hiro Mashima's first work before he went on to create Fairy Tail. The anime premiered in 2004 and follows Haru Glory, a young hero wielding a mystical Ten Commandments sword, accompanied by his quirky companions, including the tiny but lovable Flu, on a quest to find the Rave Stones and destroy the evil Dark Rings, corrupt, magical artifacts that channels the power of darkness. The show combined classic shonen adventure elements, epic battles, and humor, but unfortunately, it never ran long enough on Toonami to leave a lasting impression. Rave Master had all the right ingredients for a hit shonen series, but the anime adaptation was heavily edited for its American broadcast, and more importantly, it ended abruptly, covering less than a third of the manga's story. It was a great ride that unfortunately just, stopped, leaving it in the shadow of its creator's later, more complete work. For fans who caught it, Rave Master remains one of the many nostalgic reminders of early 2000 anime experimentation in the US.
Number 8.
At number 8, we've got a reboot of a Stone Cold classic that brought a legendary team to a new generation, Cyborg 009. This legendary franchise was from the author Shitaro Ishimori's iconic manga series, but the version that most of us saw on Toonami was from the 2001 reboot. The series follows 9 humans kidnapped off the streets, each remodeled into cyborgs possessing unique abilities. United, they fight against the evil organization that created them, Black Ghost. This show had a cool retro-futuristic vibe and an awesome diverse cast of characters who didn't love Jetling's flight ability or Great Britain's shape-shifting shenanigans. But despite its growth in popularity in the Japanese anime culture, Cyborg 009 struggled to find a breakout hook in the West while competing against other anime at the time, eventually resulting in a loss of significant viewership and ratings, concluding its 26-episode run only 3 months after its premiere date of June 30th on September 26, 2003. But for its time, it was well made, a classic superhero story that got lost in the sea of spiky-haired Saiyans and giant robots. Cyborg 009's blend of action, heart, and science fiction makes it a hidden gem for those willing to revisit early Toonami history.
Number 7.
Seventh place goes to Outlaw Star. This show was pure unadulterated fun. The space western, created by Takehiko Ito, premiered on Toonami in 2001 and followed the adventures of the jack-of-all-trades Gene Starwind. He and his ragtag crew hunt for the galactic ley line, facing bounty hunters, pirates, and other dangers along the way, all while navigating the most advanced ship in the galaxy, the XGP, or otherwise known as the Outlaw Star. The series is filled with thrilling action, imaginative sci-fi worlds, and quirky humor, making it an anime that definitely stood out in Toonami's lineup for those who discovered it. The exciting ship-to-ship combat paired with Gene's ridiculously cool caster guns, Jim's mechanical genius, Asia's Kotaro transformation, and Tsuka's elite assassin skills made this show absolutely rock. But it had one big problem when it came to being memorable. It aired right alongside one of the most classic award-winning anime, Cowboy Bebop. And when you're competing with what some may consider to be the greatest anime of all time, it's easy to become the other great space western on the block. Despite its quality, it quietly faded after its initial run, leaving it as one of Toonami's most underappreciated offerings.
Number 6.
Let's talk about a show that accidentally introduced an entire generation to the harem genre in anime. At number 6 is Tenchi Muyo, one of Toonami's first steps into blending sci-fi, comedy, and romance. Created by Masaki Kashima and premiering in 2000, the series follows Tenchi Masaki, an ordinary young man suddenly surrounded by alien princesses, space pirates, and cosmic mysteries. Tenchi Muyo broke new ground with its ensemble cast, humorous interactions, and surprising action sequences. Needless to say, the iconic Toonami anime had range. From being a normal high school kid to accidentally waking up a space pirate demon to being a space criminal himself and finding out that he's a space hybrid alien and saving a princess. This anime seemed like it had every genre rolled into one, making the series thoroughly engaging. However, the franchise is notoriously known for being confusing, with multiple timelines and series, Tenchimuyo, Tenchi Universe, Tenchi in Tokyo, and whatever this thing is, which is why it's probably become so forgotten in a singular sense. But for many of us, this blend of science fiction, slapstick comedy, and light romance was a unique flavor of the Toonami menu.
Number 5.
In 5th place is Zoids Chaotic Century, a mech animal series where pilots form emotional bonds with their robotic companions.
Kinda like us.
Well, it's unclear, but maybe? Anyway, the anime, based off of manga work created by Michiru Iyama, premiered on Toonami in 2002. The series follows Van and his powerful shield liger, which he discovers along with a mysterious girl named Fiona in some ancient ruins. He also finds an organoid, a tiny symbiotic Zoid named Zeke. Van and his new companions travel the war-torn planet Z to help Fiona recover her memory and learn more about the secrets of the ancient Zodian technology. Along the way, they engage in action-packed battles with mechanical beasts, but their quest soon pulls them into a larger conflict between the Helic Republic and the Gaios Empire. Though overshadowed by larger franchises like Gundam, Zoids captured the imagination of kids and teens who wanted an epic mechanical combat with heart. But despite having an initial and second run, the anime was inevitably cancelled and somewhat forgotten by 2003.
Number 4.
Now this one was a wonderfully weird, hilarious, and surprisingly emotional one. Coming in at number 4 is Zatch Bell. Adapted by the manga created by Ryoko Mikado, the anime premiered on Toonami in 2005, following the main characters of Zatch, an amnesiac child from another world, and his big brother figure Kaio, an initially friendless 14-year-old. After Kaio finds Zatch in the forest, they discover he's actually a Momoto, one of 100 demon-like creatures sent to Earth every 1,000 years, for a battle royale to claim the title of king. Each Momoto has the help of a human partner, Kaio in Zatch's case, who would read spells from their individual unique books to do battle. This show was amazing, but it's easily forgotten simply because the English dub never completed. This abrupt removal from Toonami came from 2007 after the ending of the second season, due to the manga creators' lawsuit over lost illustrations and overworking manga artists, a real issue that still plagues the industry today. The unfortunate fallout meant Season 3's dub was never completed. It just ends right before the final epic arc of the story, leaving a generation of fans with a fantastic story that has no conclusion.
Number 3.
Third on our list is Hamtaro, perhaps one of the most surprising entries for Toonami. The series, created by Ritsuyu Kawai, premiered on Toonami in 2002, introduces a tiny hamster named Hamtaro that embarks on everyday adventures packed with humor, friendship, and heartwarming moments. Despite its surprising initial popularity in Japan and the US, the hype eventually passed, and its cancellation in 2002 was due to failed expectations, poor scheduling, and an incomplete run. But Hamtaro is usually forgotten as a Toonami show because of its opposite style of what we associate the heavy action brand to be today. Still, the anime is just pure wholesome fun and shows how diverse and interesting Toonami's lineup was back in the day.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2 is Dot Sign, a series that explored life inside a virtual MMORPG long before Sword Art Online made the concept mainstream. The anime premiered on Toonami in 2003, with Kazunori Ito as the writer, and follows Tsukasa, a player mysteriously trapped in the world who's suffering from amnesia and attempts to navigate relationships, intrigue, and self-discovery. Sign explored themes of identity, isolation, and finding real-world connections in a virtual space. Fans appreciated its atmosphere, mystery, and philosophical undertones, though its slow pacing kept it from a wider audience. Today, Dot Sign stands as a forgotten gem that introduced Western audiences to immersive virtual worlds in anime.
Number 1.
And finally, the number 1 most forgotten Toonami-era anime, Ronin Warriors. The series, created by Hajime Yatade and Sunrise, premiered in 1995 and aired on Toonami in 1999, followed 5 armored heroes, each tied to elemental powers. Ryo of the Wildfire, the hot-headed leader who wields 2 katanas and controls fire. Sage of the Halo, the calm and intellectual swordsman who uses Nadachi and commands light. Sai of the Torrents, the peaceful and trusting warrior who fights with the trident and controls water. Kento of the Hard Rock, the strong but impatient warrior who uses Sansetsukan and embodies the power of earth. Rowan of the Strata, the intelligent archer who uses a bow and controls air. Together, they battled the evil demon lord Talpa, who was determined to conquer the mortal world. The anime was a unique blend of Saint Seiya meets Super Sentai, and although it helped define Toonami's early identity, It's largely being overshadowed by modern shonen and action franchises, making it the ultimate hidden classic. For those who remember it, Ronin Warriors represents a perfect mix of heroism, mysticism, and 90s Toonami nostalgia. Do you remember any of these shows? Or maybe there are some hidden gems that we might have missed? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. And remember to support the official release. You can stream many of these shows legally on platforms like Crunchyroll, Hulu, and RetroCrush to relive that sweet nostalgia. And if you enjoyed this episode of the Anime Index, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next epic countdown for all things anime.